she cannot walk into a kitchen sincerely. A kitchen was provided to demonstrate this.
Yes, and the kitchen, by the way, because she carries on like she's at home. It's not actually at her home. It's filmed somewhere separately. But this thing about the green smoothie is she said apparently in interviews that she starts her day with a green smoothie.
When Meghan Markle signed that massive Netflix deal, everyone thought it was the golden ticket, the Hollywood power move that would make her and Harry unstoppable. The ink on their royal exit was barely dry when headlines screamed about the hundreds of millions Netflix had supposedly thrown their way. Meghan herself sold it like a brand new era, her chance to finally tell the truth on her own terms. But fast forward a few years and oh, how the tables have turned. The empire she wanted to build, crumbling. And guess what? Even Netflix, the very company that once opened its arms and rolled out that glittering red carpet, is now pointing the finger straight at Meghan. Yes, Netflix, the streaming giant that once bragged about having Meghan Markle on their team, is now quietly blaming her for the backlash that has snowballed into petitions. And not just casual grumbling, oh no, we're talking full-on cancel campaigns with thousands of angry viewers rallying to say, enough is enough. And here's the tea. These aren't harmless little petitions. They demand Netflix erase her projects entirely, calling them shallow, self-serving, and, let's be real, exhausting. This isn't just another round of online trolling. This has become a movement tens of thousands have signed, declaring they are officially done with Meghan's Netflix experiments. For a company like Netflix, where success is literally measured in numbers, this kind of public pressure isn't small potatoes. It's dangerous. Insiders whisper Netflix bosses, the same ones who once hailed Meghan as a visionary partner, are now beyond frustrated with the chaos she's stirred. From day one, Meghan's projects were hyped up as bold, powerful, groundbreaking. Netflix packaged them as storytelling with impact, documentaries that would inspire change. But when the cameras started rolling and the shows dropped, let's just say, audiences weren't exactly inspired. Instead of jaw-dropping revelations, viewers felt like they were stuck in a never-ending Meghan monologue. The criticism? Recycled interviews, self-polished image, vanity projects dressed as documentaries. And honestly, it's hard to argue when episode after episode looked less like powerful content and more like Meghan rebranding herself. Let's not sugarcoat it. Netflix bet big on the Markle name. They thought after the royal exit, the world would devour anything tied to Meghan and Harry. And yes, at first the hype was real. Curiosity was sky high. But when the viewership numbers leaked, oh, the disappointment was loud. The series struggled to keep audiences beyond the first episode. Instead of breaking records, the shows fizzled, and then came the backlash. What started as murmurs on social media turned into an outright revolt. Critics flat out accused Meghan of using Netflix as her personal PR machine. The word narcissistic? Thrown around so often it could have been the series title. And poor Harry? He's kept his head down, but Meghan, oh Meghan, she's taken the full heat. She was the face, the voice, the driving force behind it all. And now, Netflix's patience has finally run out. Entertainment insiders say it bluntly. Netflix feels Meghan failed to deliver. Instead of content with universal appeal, she doubled down on making herself the headline. That trick that once made her fascinating, it's backfired big time. The petitions? That's where things turned explosive. At first, fans were just annoyed. But when Meghan teased new projects only for leaks to reveal, surprise, surprise, they'd circle right back to her favorite subject, herself, people lost it. Viewers who wanted bold documentaries and diverse storytelling now feel completely duped. One critic summed it up perfectly. She's not selling stories, she's selling Meghan. And honestly, that's the narrative gaining steam. Netflix, meanwhile, is caught in the mess, but insiders spill the tea. Execs are quietly making sure everyone knows who's to blame. If the audience is furious, don't look at Netflix. Look at Meghan. Translation? This is your fault, Meghan. And let's be real, Netflix isn't wrong. She was handed one of the biggest media deals of the decade. Expectations were sky high. And instead of silencing critics with undeniable quality, she turned Netflix into her personal stage. The outcome? Disaster. Here's the ultimate irony. Meghan left the royal family saying she was silenced, boxed in, controlled. She wanted freedom. But with Netflix's global stage at her fingertips, she's ended up more criticized, more controversial, and more polarizing than ever. And now the gossip world is buzzing louder than ever. Meghan's Hollywood dreams are on life support. Netflix was supposed to be her safety net, her launchpad, her ticket into the A-list. But if Netflix pulls the plug, what's left? Hollywood is already icy towards her. Studios don't want to risk tying themselves to someone who sparks boycotts faster than headlines can trend. Netflix was the exception. But even they are getting burned now. The petitions might not take down Netflix entirely, but they've sent a crystal clear message. Meghan's star power isn't what it once was. Audiences are tired. The obsession with Sussex drama has dried up. And for a platform that lives and dies by audience numbers, that's a death sentence for any partnership. Meghan thought she could bend Netflix to her will. But reality check, the audience has the final say. And right now, the audience is slamming the door in her face. And here's the real sting for Meghan. This isn't just bad PR. This is a credibility crisis. Once people think you're inauthentic, once they believe you're just using a platform for self-promotion, winning them back is next to impossible. So here we are. Years after that jaw-dropping Netflix deal, the very company itself is quietly holding Meghan accountable. Petitions piling up, fans revolting, executives pointing fingers, and Meghan, smack in the middle of yet another storm she can't control. The headline is brutal but simple. Netflix thought they'd bought a golden ticket, but what they got was Meghan Markle. And now, Netflix is letting the world know that if this deal turns sour, it's not on them, it's on her. Think about it. Netflix believes signing Meghan Markle would be their masterstroke, their way to dominate the streaming wars. But instead, it's starting to look like one of their biggest mistakes. By tying themselves to Meghan, Netflix didn't just gamble. They handed their platform to someone more divisive than unifying. And now, that gamble has spectacularly backfired. Here's the simple truth. Netflix banked on the Meghan and Harry hype. After the royal exit, people couldn't get enough of the drama. For a while, the buzz was electric. But buzz doesn't equal loyalty. And hype? It doesn't guarantee substance. Meghan's projects were supposed to elevate Netflix. Instead, they dragged the platform into the mud. What was promised as prestige documentaries turned out to be, in the eyes of many viewers, glossy vanity projects. Every launch has carried the same problem. Too much Meghan, not enough story. And the backlash hasn't just been bad press, it's bad business. Every time Meghan rolls out a new project, controversy follows like a shadow. For Netflix, that's not sustainable. They thrive on numbers, and numbers don't lie. When people stop watching, when petitions start spreading, the message is brutal. The audience is done. That's what makes this whole saga sting even more. Netflix thought Meghan would save them, bring in millions of loyal watchers, and give them a leg up in the streaming wars. But instead, she's stained their brand. Every flop, every petition, every headline chips away at Netflix's credibility. And audiences are sending the loudest message of all. Meghan Markle has ruined Netflix. The promise was storytelling that would inspire and resonate globally. But what the audience got was hollow, repetitive, and self-absorbed. It was all Meghan all the time. And the harsh reality? That's not what people signed up for. Now Netflix finds itself cornered. They thought Meghan was going to save them, but instead she stained their brand and stirred up a viewer revolt. For a company built on subscribers, that's poison.